It's been 20 years since The Lord of the Rings changed modern cinema forever. But we bet you there are details that you didn't know about this mega production. Filmed in New Zealand, a lot of local talent was hired to play orcs, elves, and other supporting characters. The production consisted mainly of men in front of the camera, so when Liv Tyler and Cate Blanchett arrived to set, the others treated them like queens. This was Orlando Bloom's first film. He auditioned for the role while he was studying acting and graduated 5 days before filming. Christopher Lee was a huge fan of the books and read the entire trilogy at least once a year. He is also the only member of the production who met author J.R.R. Tolkien in person. Sir Ian McKellen based Gandalf's attitude and voice on old recordings of Tolkien himself. The construction of the Shire took just over a year, as real plants and trees were used that were allowed to grow freely to give the appearance of a real inhabited place. It was Viggo Mortensen's son who convinced him to accept the role of Aragorn after the original actor's departure. Being a group of young hobbits, Elijah, Billy, and Dominic spent the entire production joking around and listening to loud music at 4 in the morning, which bothered Ian McKellen. Sean Astin got so into his role as Sam that he became Elijah Wood's personal assistant during production. At first, Andy Serkis was on set only as a Gollum stand-in that the actors could interact with, but his performance was so magnificent that it was preserved by way of motion capture. They also cast Serkis as Smeagol, before the corruption of the ring changes his character into Gollum. Liv Tyler practiced with a sword for several months to film her scenes in the final battle of the Two Towers, but they were eventually cut from the finished film. John Rhys Davies, who plays the dwarf Gimli, is actually 1.9 meters tall. The prosthetics that he used on his face during filming caused him a tremendous allergic reaction that peeled off the skin around his eyes. The ring used in this scene is actually the size of a human face, and was created this way to generate the necessary perspective regarding the distance of the actors. The members of the Fellowship of the Ring decided to tattoo elven numbers on themselves, except for Ian McKellen and John Rhys Davies. You can see Sean Beans in a scene from Game of Thrones. Peter Jackson decided to use the different types of climates and locations in New Zealand because he wanted to ensure that no other place came close to Middle-earth.